Hello, everybody, and welcome to this little expose of my creation using the Everquest Next landmark closed beta tools. For those that do not know, Everquest Next is a upcoming MMO that is allowing for a very similar Minecraft experience, but using voxels to create dynamic 3D structures and environments, as well as offering some really cool tools in order to do so that make it stand out in comparison to the competition. What you'll be seeing is a work in progress by me. This is a cave system that I've created. As you can see, as we climb up here, you see ruined steps covered by snow in the snow-covered environment. This is all hand-laid down, the steps, and the the stone pillars that are, as you can see right here, that look kind of ruined and weathered. This all leads to a cave system, which was the whole story behind it is that it's run by an old cult that has long been disbanded or disappeared, set within the insides of this cave. There's the sun. It's nice and pretty. Here's the altar with which they made their sacrifices. You see two obsidian monoliths on the side of the cave facing. Inside here, now this is all work in progress still, and I'll show why that is a work in progress, what's going to be improved, and what there is still to learn in making this structure. So here is the area where the cult worshipped. They have benches here. See, one of the issues that we have with this system right now is that these benches here are all handmade using the smooth tool within the Everquest Next landmark system. The problem is that when placing these benches separately onto the ground, they start to meld in with the ground to give it this feeling like it's a part of the floor, which may be good for some things, and in another instance not. And it's something that I want to actually try to maybe fix, as well as texturing it a little better to make it stand out and not look as part or generic as part of the cave itself. That stove is just sitting there for me for working on the project itself, so that's not actually going to be there in the final product. As well as here you can see we made an obsidian obelisk here with a star using some of the gems that are found in the game. That's their symbol that they use. As well as we have these torches here that light up. And this is a podium within which the high priest would give his sermon or whatever. This is one of the things that I really need to change. I'm using obsidian for it right at the moment. It gives this nice reflective sheen, but it looks too generic. It doesn't look as defined. That's something I'm also working on to make better. Now, the story is that these worshippers, a long time ago, were quite popular in this area. They flourished, but at some point in time, so for some reason, one reason or another, they disbanded or were killed or destroyed. And it's been so many years, no one's been in here, but because of the weather and environment, that things have started to decay. Here's where some of the living quarters were for some of the worshippers, the more dedicated people. You have chests that line the beds. Again, the beds are all handcrafted. So they were not pre-made like the chests or the bedrolls here. I gave some of them, they look like they're untouched, while others look like they have fallen or in disarray. Again, to stress that this place has been abandoned for a really long time. Snow covering the chest. I dug out into the wall and created these torches. Also punched a hole in this wall that leads into a separate hallway that you can look into. Here we have the dining hall. You have the 6 chairs for the 6 beds, as well as the head chair over there for the high priest, who dines with them. Nice little. This is actually a stone table, which I had moved into the wall itself. Made it clip so that it looks like it's a nice wall decoration. You have casks here set inside, a pitcher, This here is a spit for cooking. This is something you had to use microvoxels for in order to get the proper shape. Normally they come in a single voxel square, and you have to use the smooth tool in order to thin it out, make it thinner and smaller size, so that it, creates something a little more interesting than the plain old squares that you would be familiar with. The stove here made of numerous voxels using the smooth tool to make it look like it fits as part of the cave walls. As you notice, like, I have a lot of cups on the table, but then there's some on the floor as well. Again, to stress that everything is in disarray. We have piles of snow that I've created. This is where the hole was punched out, and there's a rock rubble that is on the ground there to say that it came from in here and out. If you notice on the ceiling here, there's icicles that I created that drape down from the ceiling. Here there's a larger collapse that led to a hallway that is closed off now. That's probably when I'm going to be building more and more. I'm going to probably open this up and expand it. And there's a torch here that you can see that's covered in the snow. Here's where the high priest stayed. He has his stone vault here, where he keeps things. Inside here was his workstation. There's another icicle up there, where he did experiments, alchemy, and sorts of the sorts. Here's a stone bookshelf that's circular, inset in the wall. One of the obstacles that I've had is creating a bookshelf. It's one of those things that I've been really working towards. So for the time being, we have just snow covering it in disarray, but eventually I want to add books like what is here on this desk that I created. It's really small, it looks really strange, but we're working on getting the textures proper so that it looks like a real book. It's small enough, but when it gets connected onto the shelf here, it deforms and looks like it's a part of the shelf itself. And that's a big issue that I'm trying to overcome right now. There's a lot of different tools and abilities to do that. I'm just learning slowly but surely. And finally, the bed here, once again handmade. It had at some point in time housed a curtain, in the bedposts, but is in again disarray and decay. So there you have it. This is my little creation that I've been working on for some time now. I've only been playing for about a week. But this is something where I've had little to no knowledge on things like microvoxels, anti-voxels, all this stuff that people utilize to create some really elaborate things. This is just something where a layman has accomplished, something that I've made. So it doesn't take any experience to be able to really make something that you are happy with or find to be interesting or intriguing. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed this little introductory video. And I'll show you guys more about what I can do in the future, I hope. So anyways, thanks guys for watching. Have a good one.